Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and say I feel pretty good. Yeah. I haven't even had any coffee or anything. Decaf. I only drink decaf. I got too much freaking Kundalini life force energy in me all the time anyway as it is. I always have to act down here. And I'm always down here because I'm always raring to go, so I gotta take it out of my sail, because when I don't take it out of my sail a little bit, take it down a few notches, then I get all running around hasty and I'm freaking clumsy and I get hurt or I step on a dog or something happens. So I just gotta be mindful to be present, be where my hands are. That's where the greatest gift is. So that's all I wanted to talk about today is I was sure naive about a lot of things as a little girl, because I just had this big old heart, and I just, we went without a lot, and I saw a lot of scary, gross, ugly stuff too, a lot of traumatic experiences. So I didn't want people to hurt the way I hurt, and I didn't want people to be scared the way I was scared, and I didn't want people to go without the way I went without, and I still feel that way, even that much more. More so than I did then, 45 years later. I came into more to my spirit, and I live more from my heart. I always have, balanced out myself a little bit more. It's not just my heart now. There's been a time that it was just my heart, and then for a long time I drank and I just used my head, but with your head and alcohol, the way it affects me, it removes my spirit. And then there goes my heart, and here comes the imbalance. And then, so I figured out that wasn't for me, and I created a life that I thought I wanted because it's what people told me I wanted. And then when I looked at it a little closer, I didn't want that at all, and I was really overweight, and I lived in the Midwest, and I hated the winters, and I knew a lot of people, but I didn't have no best friend or nothing. So, I had a relationship, but it ended, and then I was like, I came out east to start a different life, and then the astrology changed and everything. And then I freaking drank after 13 years sober for little, not quite a year, I'd have to think about it for a little while before I came to my senses that if I drink, I will die. And there's a lot of people like me, and but the thing of it is, I really had to look at why I did it, and I was in a lot of physical pain. It's like freaking ether. They used to give it to people for surgeries to knock them out. So yeah, you drink enough, freaking nothing hurts, man. That's why people use it for, medicinal purposes, but it's really just a toxin. I get better effects from flour, and so that's the course of action I take. I like to eat flour in my can of cookies and things like that, and then that way I can not suffer from my migraines or my freaking the misalignment of my T9, 10, and 11. What you doing, Ben? You saying hi? We're doing videos. You want to say hi? Say hi, Benny. Say Marty Vinegar hot. Vinegar hot. Vinegar's hot. Yes, he is. Let me turn on the fan. Okay. You good? Okay. Anyway, so there's a lot of people that have that allergy, and the people that don't, the people that I found that don't necessarily actually drink a lot, they're not in a lot of pain. See, I'm in constant pain all the time. There's about 3 days out of the month that I don't have a migraine headache, and so, but the thing of it is I don't act like I always do. I mean, I mention it here pretty regular because I don't know who sees my videos, and it's a significant part of my story, but the thing of it is, but I don't act like it every day. I don't, like, I can't always, sometimes I have chores that I gotta do, and I can't let it stop me, so it doesn't matter if I have them, So, but I don't take any prescription pills. The VA tried to give me some, and freaking ended up giving me an antidepressant at one point that had a 31% suicide rate in some case studies. So, and then they just it's just all a business, you know. And now they're even their now they anyway. Everything's a business, and I'm not a fan of business because there's always the cheat, and there's always the one that just wants to sell, 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 and they don't care about the people. And I'm always behind the people. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is, you ever met an antagonist? You ever met, the kind of person that just likes to freaking just make things suck? You know? They're not even speaking truth. They're just trying to make everybody else around them feel. It's a draw. They just like to bring everybody, if everybody's in a good mood, high vibrational mood, they'll just do what they can to bring it down here. Yeah. There's a lot of time. People said that I was that before, and it makes me really angry because most of the time I just mind my own business, and I'm a spectator, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. So I just watch things and watch people, and sometimes I just I'm in my own head, so, and then people react to me based on my facial expressions, and then I get defensive, because I'm minding my own business, and then they'll come, what's wrong with you? But what I come to find out, it's not that if they, they don't even really care if there's anything wrong with me. The fact is they're an antagonist. They're people that just like to bring people down. I know who they are. They've always picked on me. I've had some people try to bully me my whole entire life, and I say bullies because they tried, because when I was little they succeeded, but the older I got, I just wouldn't allow it. And a bully won't freaking bully somebody that stands up to him, They don't. They like to pick on the little guy because that's who they feel inside. They're coward inside, So they're not going to bully somebody their own size or bully someone bigger than them, So, anyway, heck, my brother was a bully, and he was never. I mean, it's like with all the scary stuff, I think about it, and he was never around. He wasn't there when I was 15 and Mom had her stroke. He was staying the night at a buddy's house, and then he showed up at the freaking hospital and chewed her out for make the house being a mess. And then, there's a lot of the scary stories that I've told in previous videos, he wasn't around. He was freaking hiding someplace. When I was freaking 6, 7, Mom's boyfriend beat the snot out of her, and we lived on the second floor, and I'm walking up to her, and she's laying on the freaking balcony, and I'm walking up to her, and as I'm walking to her, her boyfriend freaking just kicks her, rolls her off the edge, and just poof, I heard her land. Yeah. I couldn't get to her, but he was inside hiding, so I know it, and so, yeah, these guys that did like these little small behaviors, and he used to pick, and I mean, people have like their sibling picking, oh yeah, siblings, but it was meaner than that. He would do mean things like, up until I was well into my teens, because he was a wrestler, so he'd hold me down and do things, and like pull on my toes until they popped, and toes don't pop, like, I don't pop my knuckles, but he would do that. And it's just, he's a bully, and because he bullied me and so many other people bullied me and stuff, I know that vibe. I know how they dress, I know how they look, I know how they walk, I know how they talk. They all have the same names, They started out, they all have these markers in life. And they're not just all male, too. They're females, too, because you got the mean girls. Mean girls are bullies, too. So what I like to do is I help to teach people how to stand up and just be like, I'm not going to freaking succumb into your crap. People trying to cut in front of me in line, and hey, and I'll let them, but I'm going to say something about it. I'm like, hey, like the people that always go when at the checkout stand that open, when there's a new lane that opens and the last person goes over, everybody on the planet knows it's the next person. They're next, that they should get to go. But you have the freaking hog that jumps in the back of the line because, he's so, that's ego. That's ego, And so we have, a society that's a world that's been built because there's this controlee, this bully, this might is right, this paradigm that is just falling down, and it's freaking rad, man, and I freaking love it, and I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to see what the world's gonna be in just another year, man, because all the ego stuff is just being seen for what it is, and because I talk about this stuff, and Marge Astrology talks about this stuff, and Molly McCord talks about it, and they got way more viewers than I do, but my point is because the dialogue is changing, that more and more people are talking about energy and frequency and vibration and dimensions and all this stuff. It's becoming the reality more. It's waking people up to go, oh yeah, I believe in that too, because all the knowledge that is in the world, it is in each and every single one of us. Everything that is ever known, it's in us. It's when we see it in something else, when we find that recognition, that mirror, oh yeah, either it resonates with you or it doesn't. So it becomes your reality, your truth, or it doesn't. And sometimes that reality and truth changes. The deal of it is to always continue to grow in creation, in creating positive things, not out of greed, man. We see what the world is when 51%, the majority of the sum of all parts on this planets is more greedy than not. That's what the world we get. So when that changes, and that becomes in balance, and then things will, we'll get the technology, and we'll get the freaking inventions, and without the need to put 20,000 freaking satellites, just to make more money, it's so stupid. But that's another reason why I do these videos, is set my intention to keep talking about a planet, and then maybe one day the planet will step into my words, so to speak. So anyway, that's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.